Top Metal Show.
Blackest Hop Smell Show is hot.
String?
We got a little request here from Eagles fan, which I think is Greg Martz,
I believe you're right.
and Notch Johnson. We're going to go back and visit our past. Not really our past, but this band was a big part of our past. It's
Oh, yeah.
still a big part of what's going on right now. That'd be Metallica.
Metallica.
They wanted to hear Spit Out the Bone, which is off
The newest album.
Hardwired.
Yep.
It slipped me there for a minute.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry,
glad you, 'cause
Greg.
I totally.
I know
blanked on
Greg
the title.
he would be disappointed.
Well,
But yeah, I got hounded. This Greg's a friend of mine from high school and friend of his, and he was hounding me last. I saw him. How come you didn't do that request on Spit Out the Bones? So here you go,
how
Greg.
many months ago was that, Greg?
Yeah, and Notch Johnson just happens to be along for the ride.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the request, and we always enjoy some Metallica, and everybody loves Metallica. Let's not even say nothing. Let's just roll with the thing.
We're doing the live in London version.
Yeah.
We're not going to do the studio version. So here we go.
Special for you, London.
There you go.
There you go, Greg,
Greg,
Martz.
Just spit that bone out now.
I was just sitting here thinking, what all y'all people think of Hardwired? Do you think it was I don't know, I almost feel like it was a comeback album, maybe. Not quite first four comeback, but
No,
And
but
for
it
what
was very impressive for what we had in the last.
yeah. Death Magnetic wasn't, it was headed in the right direction, but I think this is.
This one put it out a little further ahead.
Yeah. And also, what's your favorite song off this album? Mine, personally, is Moth to the Flame. I think that's an awesome song.
Yeah, there's quite a few decent songs on there. Like I said, this is definitely not my favorite, but out of the last, God, how long's it been since?
Yeah.
15
Well, we
years,
started on
20 years,
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, that whole,
But yeah, I mean,
But I
definitely the best that came out since. I mean, I'm trying to go back and think about like Load and Reload. Like there were some decent songs on those
yeah,
albums.
I heard
but
some stuff. I heard Until It Sleeps the other day. You know, I was like, that song's not horrible.
no, and I mean, there was a lot of good stuff. Like I think we've talked about this before. If you took Load and Reload, you could probably get one good album out of the two if you combine them.
Saint Anger, I mean.
That's not even. We're
I
not
don't
even
know,
gonna.
and then there was that Lulu, which that was just,
That was well. That
I
really
can't
wasn't.
remember what the guy's name was. That
Yeah, I can't think of his name now either. But
did a song Walk
Lou
on
Reed.
the Wild Side. Yeah, Lou
There you
Reed.
go. But yeah, I'd say since the Black Album, this was probably one of the better ones as far as start to finish
Yeah.
on the album. I mean, it had a lot of decent stuff on it. So
And it's like I've always told you, I think we could thank Mustaine for this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dystopia, reignited all these guys. Like,
believe so.
we gotta step it up. Dave's
Yeah.
done put the mark way up here.
Yeah.
We gotta, because everybody did. I mean, Anthrax come out with was it Worship Music?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was really good. And then the Testament, Brotherhood of Saints, not Brotherhood of Snakes.
Snakes, yes.
And,
that was an awesome album.
You know, and I heard a couple tracks off the newest Exodus, and it was pretty good.
But I don't think Testament ever really. I think they've been pretty strong.
Yeah, they're supposed to be in one album they've got.
Yeah, that was years ago though. That one.
Is that the one, the Crown, Electric Crown, or whatever? Yeah, it's been a while back. It's supposed to be their Black Album, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I don't consider. I don't know. I mean, I think Jason Newsted's right. He's like, he's like, yeah, Metallica sold out every freaking night. I mean.
But I mean, you were saying about how Jason also said, that he thought they needed a break, but they didn't want to. So when he quit the band, that gave them that break that they needed.
And he's probably right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would agree with that. I mean, I think they had got to the point where, like, there was a lot of headbutting going on. And,
I mean, some kind of monster showed that.
oh yeah,
And yeah, I'm glad. And Jason he basically said he took the fall to keep the machine running.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to do that.
yeah. And I mean, Robert he's a stand-up
Yeah.
musician, so
And they've had 3 bass players. The first one, there was nothing they could do.
Yeah, that was
now it
definitely out of
looks like
control.
Jason just bowed out. But 3 bass players over their longevity is not bad.
not bad, no.
Because that's the only thing they've replaced.
Well, and you and I talked about this back in M3. Look at all the bands that have member changes over the years, and shoot, a lot of now. I mean, a lot of these bands that have been around, all these years, and you're talking maybe 1, 2 people out of 5, 4 or 5. If you're lucky to have 1 anymore. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like. So I mean, at M3, I mean, there was what out of all those bands. What did we decide? It was like one band that had all originals from day one.
Because even Kicks, they've replaced the bass player.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're rare anymore. Mm-hmm. But I was just happy that Dave and Dave could get along enough to put that to keep, because I think Dave's had his history of musicians.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, he's probably
Effelsen's
well. He's
probably-
obviously he's had way more musicians through his camp than Metallica's had.
Yeah.
So,
And what I read today, I think Dave's through his.
yeah, he's finished up his
Chemo.
treatments, and now it's just more of the recovery afterwards. And so
It seems like he's doing good.
Yeah.
Even though he is auctioning off his equipment, I think it's just to
probably just make room for
get
more.
get it out there, and so other people can appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And I mean, those guys, a lot of these guys, I mean, especially more successful bands, have their own line of guitars and amps
Yeah.
and whatnot. I mean, that stuff just collects, and I mean, you got to
I'm
do
sure
something
he's
with it
got
eventually.
power.
So, but yeah,
All right, well, good.
we're getting along. So, thanks, Greg, and thanks. What was the other? Nathan?
Notch.
Notch
Johnson.
Johnson. I like that name, Notch Johnson. Sounds
There
like a
you go.
spy or like a detective movie or something.
So
Notch
yeah, I didn't
Johnson.
mean to come down to the wire. It was going to be the big Megadeth versus Metallica, and Greg, you got
Yeah,
lucky
you got lucky.
because we was leaning towards the little Megadeth, but
Yep.
we figured we'd go ahead and hook you up since we've been stalling.
Yeah, we like you. So
Yep.
anyway,
All right. Well, until the next
what's your
time.
all's well, wait a minute,
Yes.
what's your all's reactions on this album in general? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Give two shits. But yeah, I mean, if you
Don't
did-
answer, Jerry.
Yeah. And actually, Randy actually likes this album.
Yeah.
I mean, considering he
Yeah.
actually gave it, he didn't throw it out the window or
Yeah.
chuck it anywhere. But anyway, if you do like it, what was your favorite song off the album? And then if you haven't yet done it, subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Hit the notification bell
Yeah.
so you know when we got them, because we're putting them out pretty regular.
Pretty much every 2 days.
So
Email.com and
Facebook,
keep an eye out for community tabs.
yep, check it out.
Until the next time, guess we're out here. Peace,
Peace.
y'all. Dude.